He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Hello? Some guy. Joe Doc.
His eyes are menacing.
My brother fought Doc and was killed. That was the first time Doc left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. It's an interesting... He says that he fought him and was killed. I assume that Doc just attacked him. Otherwise, the prosecutor would be going out like, I'm gonna go get him, would be a weird strategy.
Well, they could have, like, accidentally met up and gotten in a scuffle where, like, one of them dies and the one doesn't.
I think that's the knife that's broken. He was...
Arraigned.
Arraigned?
Yeah.
I don't think I know that word.
You know, I've heard it a lot in court shows. Like, I know what word it is. I don't know what it actually means.
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Doc. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's a stupid conclusion to have. Anyone could be beaten in a fight. They're humans. They leak.
We're all bags of fluid.
Yeah. Like, no one's fucking Goku. Like, they can't. No one's impervious. What the fuck?
Apparently, arraigned just means to call or to bring someone before a court to answer a criminal charge. So I was like, I've heard it, but it's like such a specific word for this, this like field specifically that it doesn't come up in like normal life.
It basically means tried. Ish.
Tried-ish.
Like when you get tried.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is like that.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
That's not, like, your brother's death is, like, not enough motive for me, says Edward.
Well, it's also just the absurd idea that, like, my brother could never lose a fight against a serial killer that could have just
a knife
come at him.
Which just happens, you know?
Like you're assuming he even announced himself, and then that there was a fight. As opposed to just getting killed. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. See, I just can't accept that that's his hair. It's definitely a towel.
We knew it was his hair. I don't know how you forgot.
Know that.
Yes, we did. We talked about it episodes ago.
There's no confirmation.
Yes,
you
there
might have
is,
drawn
audience.
that conclusion, but definitely still just
we had a
like
conversation
a
about
towel.
it. Audience,
Just
they
got a
know.
towel on his head. People do that. I've seen it. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police station on the day of the crime. That was the last day of the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Why do people keep waiting till the day?
I know.
Like literally the day to do stuff.
Usually you want things.
Isn't there
like,
a process you have to go through that you couldn't do in one day?
Usually people like wait for the statute of limitations to pass. They don't usually wait to counteract it the day before. Like that seems like a bad idea.
Well, like the last case, he should have waited for it to expire. But in his case, he shouldn't have waited for it to expire. He shouldn't have procrastinated if his brother matters so much.
Usually you wait until it's after. You don't like
why
have
is he
a
waiting
task.
to like literally the last day if it's so important?
You had all this time. Like procrastinator.
Yeah. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, and so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Poor twerpy baby.
Twerpy baby.
Poor twerpy baby.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. His finger vibrated. It freaked me out.
It did.
What was that? I don't think that was intended.
No.
It was just spooky. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze.
Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright like caught eyes with each other and it made Edgeworth's heart skip a beat, and so his finger
Yeah, it is
twitched.
black and white, but there's no blood. I guess the blood came out of him.
I didn't notice that there wasn't blood before, but yeah.
But also, it's not a real image, so who knows?
Yeah, it's a what do they call that? A theatrical reenactment.
Yeah, that no one sees but us.
Yeah.
It's just here for us, yeah.
Pretty picture.
At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. Yes. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Me. The person no one suspects for some reason. Even though every piece of evidence points to him.
We're just ignoring that.
Yeah, he was murdered in his car by his weapon, and he was also at the other murder scene. But everyone's just fucking blowing past it.
That's probably the funniest part of this whole case, I think.
Yeah, Alana Skye was just like, woo, everyone look at me! Woo! And it worked.
She's waving her red muffler,
Yeah.
like a bull. She's like, "Look over here, guys! Look over here!"
Lana Skye used distract. It's super effective. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Oh, yeah, that was yesterday.
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, the boy's got the draw on you, partner. See, he wants this to happen too. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr, who somehow took 5 minutes to walk down a hallway, is completely incontestable.
And said that she tried to climb a fence, but then took it back later and said, "Oh, actually, I couldn't."
And she has a conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yep.
And she ran in high heels.
The same conflict of interest, that's the reason why this guy lied. They're right next to each other in the picture, just standing next to each other. They're all getting revenge for their buddy / sibling. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Fuck you, Edgeworth. I saved your life. Making up rules over here. Arr.
I'm a pirate.
Yarr. That's not a word. I rest my case. I know one word. Objection!
Objection!
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize. You didn't realize the obvious thing? That would end up proving Lana guilty.
Which Keith called like 10 minutes ago.
Even they said it already, like hours ago. Like, Phoenix's surprise is weird at this point. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Of course.
I was gonna say,
this always happens.
We do this fake out all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I forgot about you.
Emma remembered to exist as a character.
Your Honor, wait.
We didn't even go all the way in. We've had a guilty verdict before they got overturned.
Mm-hmm.
Emma.
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection.
How dare you?
Right?
What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
No.
No, she's the sibling of the accused.
Yet, where are her parents, actually?
Where's anyone's parents?
He said in a sense. As much as I don't like Emma, I like voicing her because it's like a tinge of like my Valley Girl voice I like to do.
Yeah. Have we ever seen A Parent?
No. Parents ruin everything.
Damn. This is all wishful fulfillment for 13-year-olds.
Yeah,
no parents allowed.
How can like fun young like teens go solve murders if parents are around? They would stop it because they should. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time.
How does a 16-year-old get a costume that's good?
I don't remember. Is she 16? Yeah, she is.
Yeah, this is commitment. This is a great.
I want a big bow tie like that.
This is rad.
You know, as much as I was like really, really thankful that my schools didn't have uniforms, although my elementary school did, and I hated it because I think that they're sexist and I think that they lack originality and being able to express yourself and this and that. And I broke dress code rules constantly. I use my
hair to express myself.
I wish I had like a Japanese schoolgirl outfit just because I think they're fucking cute and I just wear it recreationally. Yeah. But like I want a big bow tie like that because a lot of them have that and I love it.
That sounds really dumb.
I'd wear it just for me and not for school.
I use my hair to express myself.
That sounds really boring. I use my hair to express myself.
I love the repeat.
There's like a pause,
and then she's just like a little more aggressive.
I use my hair to express myself. I already said that. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
So gracious. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings?
Now that she mentions it. The names of both Sky's sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day? So I knew. His fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Cool.
Get out. What a waste of our time you are, Emma.
I made myself laugh so hard. That's exactly what I expected. This character.
I'm sure she has to have something. She's here for a reason.
Yeah, but she's gonna fucking help us in an accident like Larry does.
At least Larry's like reminds me of Shaggy, and I don't know. Emma, I'm like, what are you doing? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. You don't have to fucking tell me that. I know that.
Larry's reaction is always a panicked Hail Mary of like, I just gotta do something. And then he accidentally helps.
I want my girlfriend to like me, but she spends time with other men.
Yeah, he's like, I have no idea what I have to offer, but I'll just testify just cuz. Just see what happens.
And get all sweaty.
His testimony was horrible because he was like, "Yeah, I was at the scene of the crime with headphones on, didn't see or hear anything." We had to like unpack it for an hour. Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
Cool.
Why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here? And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. Don't tell the court that. It makes you sound bad.
We just have to believe in the heart of the cards and pluck the answer out, I guess.
If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. She's making us look so bad in front of the court system right now.
I was waiting for her to be competent in some way and provide something, but she's genuinely just here to be a cheerleader.
Yeah, you can do it.
Like, Emma had ideas.
Oh, you mean Maya?
Maya.
I like Maya. I like Maya. Okay.
Maya was a better character. Emma's annoying. She's just annoying, and she dresses like Doctor Who, so I thought she'd be cool.
Maya's like always trying to help, and she's always like cheeky. Like, you know what Emma doesn't have? Emma doesn't have that face that Maya makes where she's like looking out the corner of her eye, like she's like, heh, like I'm making a joke about eating the expired cookies. Like Emma doesn't do anything like that. She just is dumb.
Yay! She has nothing to provide. Anyway, time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Maybe she's adding...
We have a whole other day, Judge. They're 3-day trials. Cha.
Cha.
Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
Okay, you gotta do that, because, yeah, don't ever say no.
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
Yes.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. What do you think it is? I'm trying to see if I can spot what's missing.
Click A. Does he elaborate anymore, or is that all he says? Is he gonna have you point now?
Well, no, I'm sure they're probably gonna keep talking, but I'm wondering if we can guess what it is that's missing.
Well, we didn't see that during the... That's what it is, I think. We didn't see that during the videotaping. That wasn't there.
What wasn't there?
The handprint.
No, we only found it when we were doing dusting and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was so the blood print is invisible?
Our spraying and dusting gave us 2 handprints.
That one wasn't visible, even though we keep seeing I don't remember. I thought it was visible.
I don't remember.
Well, no, because that was one we used as an example.
Yeah.
Because remember when we were learning the tutorial on how to do the fingerprint dusting, that one was already there, right? Or was it not there? Was that like a part of the luminol? No, because wait, hold on. Because when we did the luminol, remember we had to go back. We went back and got the one that was on the far left locker. The one on Gumshoe's locker was already there. And I think we used that as a tutorial to figure out how to do the fingerprinting, because she said something like, "Oh yeah, that handprint's right there. You can dust the area where the fingers are to like learn how to do this, right?"
We don't have it in evidence, do we?
No, we don't. But they keep showing us a picture of it. But then again, I guess if it's not in evidence, maybe I'm just like maybe my memory's off. But even if we have the luminol, like shouldn't that have been there on the locker? Oh, see, we can't fucking see it.
Yeah,
the fucking fuckhead's in the head.
That's this bastard. That's Marshall's locker. That's the detective's locker. There's so many lockers.
Something's missing. The blue badger's missing. From the floor plan.
The camera's missing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're never going to address that.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Maybe it is the fucking Blue Badger.
What? Oh, the fact that nobody would have put their hand on that during that incident, so it'd
Because
be
the Blue
so it's
Badger
from a
was
separate
blocking
incident.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This probably is just the fact that Blue Badger was blocking it.
And Blue Badger...
So nobody would have put their hand on there while it was bloody from the Meekins scene.
He's been in our inventory forever. Maybe it's time to actually, like, use him as evidence.
My god.
If this is the day, I'm gonna be so happy. I still want a shirt with him on it.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time.
If anyone knows where I can
You got
find
somewhere
one,
else
let me
to
know.
do? You're getting paid, bro.
Yeah, you're probably getting paid an exorbitant amount.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Look at this glam-ass room you're in.
I know, look at this gold. Jeez
Very well,
Louise.
Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I could use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans? Here we go!
Yay! Please.
Well, that's not what I expected, so it's probably right. What about that piece of plywood?
That's what we were gonna say.
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Ooh.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans, the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
What a statement. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
That's what he do. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would have been impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. Whoa!
We got that before.
He just got special beam cannoned.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
You can judge.
It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
How'd you get back here? On that afternoon.
She has legs.
Yeah, but like, she's like snuck back in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, apparently we switched back to the witness stand being the marshal.
Yeah.
At some point, he just kind of came back.
I want to go to
We were done with him.
a courtroom like this. I just want to look at it. It's beautiful.
It's like a movie set courtroom. Like it doesn't look even remotely like a real place.
Oh yeah, on that afternoon, I don't know if I said that or not. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? Because he was guarding it, you know. Important work. After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So we just said.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in, or after. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
Not without a leak.
It's not far-fetched, it's just clearly true. It may sound far-fetched. Far-fetched.
Fire-fetched.
That's not even what he sounds like, is it?
I think so.
He was always one of my favorite. Oh, I'm so happy about his upgrade. I'm so happy about his upgrade of the new game.
I don't remember what is he?
He was like a greaser almost, with like a giant bat.
Well, no, I remember.
Then he turned into a knight with a super leak lance.
Yeah, I remember what he looked like. He was.
And he had the handsome boy anime eyes.
Yeah. So what do we name him? I forgot what his name was. It was after a character in an anime. It was one that you chose.
Someone at home knows. I don't.
Oh no! Our
remember.
babies!
Oh no! We'll come back to them at some point because the expansions are coming out.
Yay!
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? The real murder, dum-dum. One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time... Are we waiting? someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. There's a part that almost goes into Mortal Kombat mode.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's always what reminds me of Mortal Kombat.
But yeah, specifically the double time part. Like somebody makes like some sort of call out, then
Fight.
it's like
I think so.
Yeah. Wait. That's ridiculous.
Finish him.
I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
Get over here. Objection. Get over here.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, there's still a fucking fuck ton of blood in there. And that print. That does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Oh. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Detective Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did the first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present this evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Yeah, probably that guy, yeah. Bruce Gwyn. I don't know if that helps us.
Yeah, it's just something that shows dates. It doesn't show Goodman going in that room, which is a thing.
Well, it shows Goodman, but at the second time.
Miles going in, which is evidence number 13. Why we should be suspecting the prosecutor of this case.
What about
It's something very witch trial-y about how he's the prosecutor and that therefore is not a suspect somehow. This is also one of the pieces of evidence. Because there's so much blood on the bottom. So much blood!
Yeah, but yeah.
We still need to figure out why Lana's bleeding everywhere.
I was gonna say, that's another thing that shows time, but I don't know, like...
No, that's the parking lot.
Yeah, but I don't know how that affects... That's not, like... No, it's not beneficial to us at this time.
He got killed by the prosecutor's trophy, whose clock stopped right at the time of the murder. Oh my god.
It's also a clock, like everything is a clock. The
Yeah.
Blue Badger is also a clock.
Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.
Maybe it is that sheet. I don't exactly know how, but like...
What an open-ass time of death. I feel like they must have found the body pretty quickly, so why is the time of death so open? You think the evidence would be more reliable than that? Because they usually have it down to a really quick amount of time, because it's based on like... One of the things it's based on is like how much the body cools per minute after death and stuff like that. And it's like, he died in the prosecutor's office, like, he was spotted so quickly, you think they'd have a more reliable time than this. An hour and a half.
If it was like a murder that happened like longer ago than when the body was discovered, I think it's hard. Obviously, it's a lot harder to figure that out. But I think it was found relatively quick.
Muffler.
Wait, no, maybe it is the parking ticket, because it like, doesn't that contradict the time that is on the timesheet? I mean, the timesheet would...
We need to show what time the first crime took place.
Oh, I guess, I mean, none of these things are going to tell us the exact time it took place. That's the problem. And the only thing, the parking ticket just contradicts the time. that was supposed to be when the murder took place, the fake murder. I mean, the timesheet might be the only option to show, although, like I said, I don't actually know how it answers the question necessarily, because I'm pretty sure that second time was the fake one. But I think those are the only two options you have. Yeah, because like that's 514, which is more in line with the timesheet.
Yeah, that matches up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only thing that shows times. So I think this must be it.
I think it's worth a shot. If not, it's the parking ticket. It's the only two options I think you have.
And they said within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.
I mean, we can show
420 is included on that.
Yeah. I mean, we can maybe we're supposed to show that.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. It was Miles Edgeworth. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be or 4:40 p.m. Ah.
Uh-oh.
Ah! It's clicking for the first time that Edgeworth is a suspect in this case.
They like called him out earlier about having entered that evidence room at all, but he was like, "No, I was just in there to get something.
Just have a normal one, not a murder."
No.
Miles Edgeworth, what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve.
Hey,
boy.
you're not off the hook yet, because you need to explain why you're trying to fake that whole murder, dude.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away. But by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. Or very fortunately, I think is what he means to say.
Yeah.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence.
But wasn't there like a bunch of blood everywhere?
Let's look at that chart again.
They must have had to clean up pretty fast.
Yeah, but it was still it's only 20 minutes for them. Shit.
It's still not enough time.
It's not great, no.